Hi, everyone, and welcome. We are going to be doing cocktail hour today. Yes. I'm Eleanor, and this is Pasolivo's Cooking Kitchen, and we have the happy hour version today with KROBAR. So KROBAR is one of the distilleries here in Paso, and it is a gorgeous distillery. It's connected up with a winery, and they have fantastic spirit. So I'm really looking forward to talking about their story with Stephen Kroner, who is part of KROBAR, and seeing the amazing cocktails that they're making today. I'll give you a little bit of a heads up of what what the finished result is going to be. I know this is what you're waiting for. Yeah, a Bloody Mary. I know. We could use that right now, right? And then, mule. Oh, you can't look inside, but it is gorgeous looking. So I'm super, super excited to have them with us today. They're going to click on soon. As you know, we always start out a little bit slow and then we start moving forward. So, I do want to say that next week we're going to be cooking some salmon. We've got a fantastic chef from San Diego who's going to be cooking with us next week. So definitely stay with us. We've got a good array of olive oils and the vinegar that he's using next week. So we're excited to have him. Let's see. See if KROBAR will pop up and join them. Maybe. Hey!
It works!
It works! Technology!
Woo-hoo!
Sometimes it's good, sometimes not so much.
Like, how come it's not showing up? This is ridiculous. We got you.
You're there. I'm here. Perfect. Okay. Hi, welcome. I'm so excited that we have you. I'm so excited. The two drinks that you are creating today sound magical. And that's not just the Friday and me talking. The flavors just sound amazing. I did want to kind of chat about you and about your location. As I was driving by today, I realized you are flanked by a giant castle and a giant heart made of trees.
Absolutely.
Those are your bookmarks. So if you're driving, folks, if you're driving on 46 West, you are going to pass KROBAR on the right-hand side. If you're heading to the beach, pull over, go up there. They have a beautiful outside seating area. They are really aware and respectful of space and what is going on now. And you guys happen to stumble upon the fact that you created that outside area, the winery and KROBAR, last summer, right? Was it that you created that outside area or updated?
They were there. We updated them.
Yes, and now it's breathtaking walking. I feel like you guys should never ever do anything inside anymore. It's so pretty.
We thought about that actually, and we're considering it, but we'll see how it goes.
So is this true that you and Joe Barton have 40 years of combined knowledge in the alcohol business?
Yes.
How did you guys unite? Tell us your story.
I'll give you the short version.
The abbreviated.
The abbreviated version. Both of us got into the wine industry in 95, 96 with our families. I have Silver Horse Winery, and Joe obviously has Grey Wolf Barton Family Wineries.
Yeah.
And in the beginning of 96, there was maybe 22 wineries in Paso back then. Joe and I and a couple other guys were hanging out, and we decided that we all were the next generation. So we learned together and kind of grew up together in the wine industry. It was great. So we've been doing that. Gosh, nice. So 25 years now, I guess, for me. Ugh. Makes me sound very old, but yeah, I've been in it for a while.
Just knowledgeable, not old.
Thank you. I like that. That's much better.
There you go.
We decided to, about 11 years ago, to get into distilling because we were not bored with winemaking. We just wanted to do something a little bit different. So in 2010-ish, we went to a wine conference, got extremely intoxicated on wine, said we never wanted to drink wine again, and came up with the harebrained idea of KROBAR.
And I think we have all been in that same place ever since KROBAR.
Yes.
I think when I visit you guys, I might get to that space as well. So and I know we have to get to the cocktails, but I want to talk about the range of spirits that you have because, for example, your pink gin is one of my favorites, and it's not just because it's pretty, but it's pretty.
It's
Yes.
pretty.
Look at that.
Woo!
Oh, viewers, isn't that it's so pretty? And then you've got the navy proof rum, which is just, yeah,
That's delicious.
it's good for camping because you can use it for everything.
That is true.
Yeah. Like
Coffee in the morning, nip in the middle of the day, and dessert at night. It's all good.
There you go. You guys have such a massive range that I love that because you can go to different distilleries and you're not cheating on one by going to another because you all cover different ranges, which I really appreciate. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to getting into these cocktails because they're sitting in front of me right now and I don't want to touch them until you've made them. So why don't you go
Perfect.
ahead? I'm going to pass the mic over and you can take over the artistry.
Well, first, I'm stoked to be involved with Pasolivo. I've been watching your videos for, I don't know, since they've been coming out, and I find them intriguing, especially the characters that are on the screen. So it's perfect, especially our wine trail and focusing on the Paso Robles Distillery Trail. Well, San Luis Distillery Trail, I think is pretty darn cool. So we're stoked to be part of it. So thank you.
Of course.
To get into the booze side of things, the first one is going to be our Bloody Mary. We have KROBAR Americana rye whiskey. So Bloody Marys traditionally with vodka. I like mixing it up because I like to add bacon to my Bloody Marys, and rye whiskey, bacon Bloody Marys are awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our little mixing glass here. Gonna scoop some ice into it. I got some ice off to the side. Real exciting stuff. Tomato juice. I use straight old Campbell's tomato juice just because it's tomato juice. There's not a whole lot of anything else to it. You can go the quick route and get pre-made Bloody Mary mix, but I like to make mine spicy, my own personal way. So we'll take ye old tomato juice, add it to the mixing glass. Can you see that? You probably can't see that. I should probably make it where you can see it.
I hear it. There. Oh, there we
go. Look at that. It's pretty. Yeah, so we got this. Let me, so tomato juice. I add all of the Bloody Mary mix first, and then I'll add the rye whiskey to the glass. And I like to put mine in a tulip wine glass because I'm fancy like that. But that's how we go. So the next is we're going to use your olive oil. This is absolutely delicious. I went through a couple of them, and the cilantro lime paired perfectly with it. So can you tell me a little bit about this?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the cilantro lime is, it's light. There's cilantro there, but it's light on the cilantro for those people who kind of genetically have a freak out around cilantro. So I wanted to keep everybody happy. It's something I do a lot of Mexican dishes, guacamole, fish tacos, salsa fresca. If I'm heating up my tortillas in the pan, I'll put this down just to heat up the tortillas to get that nice lime flavor. Beans and rice. It is a gorgeous, we're using our lime olive oil, so that's made by the oil of the zest of the Persian lime, and then getting that cilantro oil in there too. So it is gorgeous. I mean, I even put it out as a condiment if I've got a Mexican meal going on, so people can just pour it over their tacos or pour it over their rice. It's just one of those that is refreshing and beautiful. It works with any cuisine that has heat to it. So it could be Cuban, it could be Indian, it could be Thai. That will work beautifully with it. So, and then the fact that you can turn around and make a cocktail with it is, I mean, that's just a win-win to me.
Absolutely. And I actually like pouring it on my hummus.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Really,
so
really good.
kind of
Very,
get
very
that
tasty.
acidity. I love that. Good
So we
idea.
use a half ounce of the cilantro oil. You can use a little bit more. I just thought the half ounce was kind of like the perfect little mix for me. It turned out great. Next, we're going to add our Worcestershire sauce. Any Worcestershire sauce that you like will do. I just used this because it goes with the booze theme. This is bourbon barrel aged Worcestershire
Whoa.
sauce. Yeah, it's tasty. So this is 1 tablespoon right in there. And I'm using not so fancy measuring cups just because most people don't have the fancy stuff in their house.
No, we
Um,
don't.
we are in my house because the distillery is. I'm trying to adjust my thing here. The distillery in San Luis Obispo is under construction, building a brand new whiskey house in San Luis Obispo, and it's harvest time up in Paso, and everything's a mess up there, so we couldn't do it up there.
Well,
That's why
yeah,
we're in
you
my
guys
house.
are
So welcome to my
basically.
home.
I
Yeah,
love it.
crazy.
I saw that you guys are calling it Slow Crow. Is that correct?
Well,
Yeah.
it's just easier to say than San Luis Obispo KROBAR.
Yes.
Slow Crow
Right.
is easy.
I
No,
love
Joe's
it.
trying to figure out a term for up in Paso. He's working on that.
Oh, okay. All right.
So I'm going to go off screen real quick because I got to get the horseradish sauce.
Okay. We'll put some on hold music on. I actually really love the flowers, the background, so we can just hang out and watch your flowers.
I'm back. Okay.
Get back.
Next, I use Engelhofer horseradish because it's got a nice kick, but it doesn't ruin your nose hairs. This is a crucial part of any Bloody Mary horseradish. You add as much or as little as you want. I, in the recipe, put only half a teaspoon. I'm going to put a full because I like mine spicy. And then after that, I went with another local Cayucas hot sauce.
Nice.
This adds just a nice roundness to the Bloody Mary. So I'm going to add that. I'm going to do a half tablespoon. Absolutely delicioso.
I love
And
it.
then another local. I went local today. Spice Hunter.
Oh,
Local spice company in San Luis Obispo. 3 big dashes of that. Phenomenal.
everybody's agreeing
Okay.
on the spiciness of your the Bloody Mary. By the way, everybody says the spicier the better. So
Absolutely.
everybody's in
So
your
you just
side.
stir it up. Make it nice and fun. Some people, if you really want to incorporate the horseradish, because it does clump up if you don't stir it well, you can shake it, but I just give it a good, nice stir. And because I'm going to be drinking this, that's delicioso. Okay, so before we dump it into the glass, I take my tool glass, run the rim with lime juice, and then I have your, yes, beautiful spice. I love this stuff. I actually doused my eggs with it. I thought I put too much, but it turned out great. So why not put some in the Bloody Mary? So here, just rim your glass. So it looks beautiful like that.
Oh, pretty.
Okay, here we go.
Nice.
Some people like a whole lot of ice in their Bloodies. I'm kind of a medium ice guy, whatever. The good stuff. KROBAR rye whiskey. This one I do 1.5 ounces. But because it's September 11th, in honor of the people that lost their lives and the fire department and the police departments that helped save them and those that also lost their lives, I'm going to give myself a little extra nip.
I fully agree.
So I stir in the rye whiskey. Then I take my little mix. Put my strainer in there. Top it up.
Oh man, that is fancy.
Isn't that fancy?
So okay, that's putting my mason jar to shame.
But your mason jar is pretty.
I thought
bacon.
so. And then you came at me with this glass, and now I'm questioning my choices here.
So this is the fun part, the garnishment. I always have an olive and an onion. These are blue cheese olives. The
Nice.
bacon is delicious. The celery is delicious. Cheers. Look at that.
Cheers.
Yours is just as pretty.
I thank you. Second runner up.
That's good.
Oh
That's
man.
real good.
Yep. And it
Are we
doubles.
supposed to finish this on air?
Yeah, that's yeah, and it's actually a timed competition too. So
Should I get my straw?
I'm getting my funnel. I'll be right back.
Nice, nice. So yeah, the KROBAR Bloody.
So can you talk to us if people have visited KROBAR 6 months or before, those bottles are new to them, correct?
Yes.
Can you talk about that a little bit so that they know, no, you're buying the right thing, that's what you're supposed to be buying?
Well, because of COVID, our launch of the new product line didn't really happen. In the end of last year, Joe and I decided to separate a couple of the brands. We had the Americana line, the Americana Bourbon, and we had the KROBAR product. The KROBAR product is the higher end tier, the stuff that's been aged longer. The Americana line, not it's aged at least 18 months to 2 years, so it's not super young, but it's more the value brand that we can push out to the stores and just help, you know, get more focus into the marketplace. And then obviously that will draw people back to the tasting room, and that's when they get, you know, introduced to yield KROBAR and the 4-year aged product and the specialty products.
Got it.
With KROBAR, we also have our bitters line, we have our Amoro and Vermouth line. So basically what we wanted to do is create the whole bar, and you can come into the tasting room and get everything you need and just be satisfied for when doomsday actually happens. You can just, you know, hang out in your house and not go anywhere for a while.
There you go.
So the idea was to create a couple different lines, a higher end, lower end, and then everything in between that people can use to satisfy their drinking needs.
Do you have clubs or cocktail clubs or spirit clubs at all?
We do have, it's called the KROBAR Crew, KROBAR with K, Crew with K. And that got halted also because of COVID. We were supposed to have our first release in April, and then everything happened. We switched over to the sanitizer, and, you know, we're going gangbusters on that for, I guess, 4 months until things started to slow down a little bit. So we're probably going to put it back into the rotation in April of 21. So we'll see. But yes, we have the Crew. It's three different tiers if you want. We got a mixed club, we got a whiskey club, and then we got a cocktail club. So you can do each one of those.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. I love that. All right. Okay.
Very cool, huh?
Squirrel.
So the next one, you want to move on to the next one?
Let's move on to the next one.
I mean, we don't have to.
We can just talk. Stay on track. That would be good.
Let's talk about whatever you want. Okay, so the next one, our Kaffir Lime vodka. This is actually a vodka that is near and dear to my heart because the limes, the Kaffir limes, I have a tree in my front yard, and a little lime goes a long way. They're so potent. The leaves are what you actually find in Thai soup that give it that lemon smell, that lemon lime smell. I mean, they're super fragrant. So a little goes a very long way. I love it. I love it. I love it. The next product we're going to use is your tangerine. Yes. This stuff is the bomb.
It is so good.
It's great on almost any salad that I've ever had.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
Absolutely love it.
It is. Yeah. It's surprising the expanse of what you can do with our tangerine. For example, we use it in brownies, and it's fantastic. But a lot of barbecue sauces are made with orange juice. So I use this with that smoky spice blend on ribs, on chicken, anything grilling that you're going to be doing, all that summer flavor.
Yeah.
It's perfect for. So it works in waffles and in French toast just as much as it works with crock pot meals and ribs and grilling outside. So then get into the sweet potatoes and that sort of stuff for the fall, and it's perfect for that too.
All right. Well, I'm cooking a brisket on Monday night for the Bronco football game, so I'm going to rub that all over the brisket.
Perfect.
We'll give it a go. The third product that we're going to use is Yes Cocktails Citrus Ginger Mix. This is my preferred way, and then I can add as much, make it as spicy or not as spicy as I want, as opposed to using a ginger beer that you can buy off the shelf. This, obviously, it's local, so I like that too. But this, you know, a lot goes a long way, but if you really like that kick, you add just a little bit more. The bitter product that we're going to use is the Bangin' Bitters. This is our Olala Berry Cacao. So this is made from local Olala berries that we get from the coast, and then cacao nibs, plus a whole bunch of other stuff, and we steep it for almost 2 months for the bitters. So this is a product that KROBAR makes in-house as well.
When I saw that, I was like, just all of those words made me happy and smile, and I was like, oh, I'm so excited. I had no idea, and then putting it into a mule like was blowing my mind too. So that's
when you actually taste it, you'll get that fruitiness, but then you'll get that kind of that chocolate tone at the end. And it just rounds it out. It makes it just a more complete drink than just straight citrus and booze. Nice. And then for me, sparkling water. You can use whatever you want, but this is grapefruit sparkling water from Q. You probably can't see that. Maybe? I don't know.
You got it. I think so. Yeah.
But this stuff is really good, but you can just use regular sparkling water. You can use club soda. You can use whatever you want. So with that said, let's get to mixing. First, I'm going to put everything into a shaker and then add it to the mule, but it's going to be a real gentle shake. So we'll start off with more ice in my little shaker. Then we're going to add 2 ounces. I would say we'd up it because of 9/11, but 2 ounces will make me highly intoxicated after I have the 2 ounces from the Bloody Mary, so I'm not going to do that. This is what's cool about these bottles. Front, back.
So I love that they're rectangular. They're kind of Art Deco in their style. They're beautiful.
Exactly. So 2 ounces of the kaffir lime. Then we're going to use a 1/2 ounce of the tangerine oil. And this you can go, I've done it both ways, a 1/2 ounce to 1 ounce. It works both ways, but with the bitters, I didn't want to take away too much from the bitters, so I cut back a little bit on the tangerine oil. Delicious. For the S cocktail mix, the ginger mix, I use 1 ounce. Put that in there, nice and delicioso. Here's where you can be at your liberty here. You can use 2 drops, 4 drops, or 6 drops. I went heavy because it's so good. Can you smell it? Smell it. So good.
Oh my gosh, okay. That smells fantastic.
All right, so just like I said, a light shake. Super simple. Mule mug. Do you have a mule mug or are you in a mason jar? Yeah, girl.
Heyo. Sometimes I get the memo.
So I either, sometimes I muddle mint, sometimes I don't. This, I'm just going to slap the mint because slapping the mint's more fun than muddling it. So you take your mint, smack it up to break the vessels. Super fragrant. And that way you don't get mint leaf stuck in your teeth when you're drinking. And
so that kind of, that brings out the oils in the...
It brings the oils in the mint. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. And right now, it's super fragrant. I have a buddy filming right now because we're going to blast this everywhere. Can you smell the mint? He can smell the mint. So we'll take it after it's been lightly shaken. And it's kind of fun how the oil coagulates on top because of the cold. And every little sip that you get when I did this last week, you get a little bit of that oil on top because it just floats up there.
I love the mouthfeel of olive oil on cocktails now. I love the fact that it kind of coats your lips a little bit.
So you got that in there. That's the mule. So what I'll do then is I'll just top it with my sparkling water. Add my little lime wheel and my kaffir lime leaf. Right there. That's what you got. It's the KROBAR Mule. Delicious. Cheers.
Yay. Cheers.
Damn, that's good. That's really good. You're not getting any of this. This is all for me.
What a tease.
Oh, that's so good.
It's so refreshing.
Okay, you can have some. Yes.
Oh, what a giver.
Yeah, so this was, I'm going to start using some more recipes with the oils. I think that's super cool.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you guys are really thinking outside of the box, the mixers, the bitters, just so cool to see you guys pull all of that together. Yeah, nobody's liking Corona at all. It definitely hindered a few things, but it's opened up the doors for things like this, which I'm highly appreciative of. So,
absolutely.
You're definitely, people who are visiting, go check them out. 46 West. If you're heading to the beach, on the right-hand side. If you're heading to Paso, on the left-hand side. I feel like everybody can figure that out.
Yeah.
Do you guys ship at all?
We do ship now. Hopefully that law stays after COVID goes away.
Another good
we'll
thing
see. We're in active legislation right now trying to get this to pass. So there has been some good things. It's opened up the state a little bit to us, to the distillery business, because there's no parity between the wineries, the breweries, and the distilleries.
What's better than booze at your front doorstep?
Amen. Amen. Yeah, wineries can do it, brewers can do it, and now we can do it.
Yay, about time.
Absolutely.
All right, well, that means that everybody can hop on your website. What is your website?
It is www.krobardistillery.com.
Okay. Well, some of them are confusing. Some of them are extremely easy. Just wanted to cover the bases and make sure that people can follow you guys. And you're doing tastings now. It's just all outside.
Tastings are outside. We do have the kitchen on site, so we're able to do meals and all that jazz. So you can actually get a really tasty meal with your cocktails, or just do a regular tasting. So we usually have 2 cocktails on tap, or the full flight that you can go through per California limits.
Right.
And we would like an appointment, but if you don't want to make an appointment, just show on up, then go for it.
I will say, call ahead, guys, because I just swung by to see if I could kind of catch you, and you guys were slammed back there.
Yeah.
I mean, when people, they're probably drinking, so they're not going anywhere anytime soon because they can't feel their knees. But I mean, people go there, and they're, so call ahead if you're invested in going over there and tasting, because you're popular people. That's what it comes down to.
We like popularity, and that's why we're opening up the San Luis location, so we can hit both parts of the county, north and south.
Can you tell us like a mini bit of that, like any insights?
Mini bit. So, KROBAR up in Paso, we always knew that we were going to grow out of that space. It was a great space for doing our small production on the whiskeys, but now that we're actually growing with the whiskey production, we needed something bigger. So we have the 100-gallon still for the vodkas, the gins, and everything still in Paso. We took the other 100-gallon still, brought it down to San Luis, coupled it with a 500-gallon still, and we have a system now where we can do a 53-gallon barrel of whiskey a day. So we're going to be pumping out whiskey a lot. We're partnered with on the property with Central Coast Brewery.
Oh,
so
nice.
Right across the parking lot is CCB. So we have that whole thing going on. It's a nice dynamic, and music, outdoor patio, whiskey and beer. Perfect scenario, I think.
Hello.
Both of us will have food, so we'll be able to do cocktails. We'll have a full bar. So it's going to be great. Yeah, it's on South Lake Erie, right off of Madonna.
Is there a proposed open date, or is it open?
COVID is kind of screwing that up, so we're in works with the city and ABC to give us a temporary occupancy to open up on the patio. I mean, we can't be inside anyways, so who cares about lights and air conditioning? We got to be outside. So they are working towards that with us, so we just got to do a couple things, and hopefully in the next 2 to 3 weeks we'll be able to see people outside.
What? So October-ish?
Probably sometime the first week in October.
Ew, I hear a Halloween party. Or not.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a party, whether it's a party or not.
It's true.
If that makes sense. It was so fantastic having you. And your stuff is great, and it makes sense that it pairs up beautifully with us because that's just a taste of the Central Coast right there.
Absolutely.
Fresh, beautiful, like, or our stuff is organic and yeah, good stuff. So I'm really, really thankful that you guys made the time. I know you've got a lot of balls in the air. You're really busy, so I appreciate you taking the time out to.
Thank you for circling back with us. I mean, a couple weeks ago when we were supposed to do this, things were just a little crazy. They're still crazy, but this worked out a lot better.
Yeah, I absolutely, we understand, and we kind of wanted to hang out with you. So that's what happens. This is what happens when you're popular.
Let's hang out again.
Uh-oh.
Cheers.
So, looks like Friday's done with. Okay.
I know. Now what?
All right.
Nope, not big enough.
No, bummer. Where's the straws? All right. Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about next week. Thank you so much. And thank you, cameraman, wherever you are.
Wait, can it turn? Can it turn?
Oh,
hi.
Hey.
Hi.
All right.
That's Mike, everybody.
It was a pleasure. Good luck with whatever ensues from here on out for you and the viewers, because it looks like a lot of people were excited about it and following up and following through and doing probably extra shots for 9/11, pouring some out for the homies. So we'll see how that ends up. There you go.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. It was a pleasure.
Cheers.
Cheers. So for everybody else and for all of the other viewers, I am excited to talk about next week at salmon and a really fantastic new chef. So new to us, has been a chef in New York and the East Coast and has now come down to San Diego and is doing stuff down there. I am thrilled that we have him. So Chef Sebastian is going to be with us next week, and we've got an array of olive oils that he's going to be using. So Cuisine, everybody's favorite, just go to all extra virgin olive oil. The lemon olive oil, of course, it's salmon, so of course the lemon's going to be involved, right? And the Tuscan olive oil. So this guy right here, remember this one? We did the tasting with this. The winner of that international award. There you go. So these are the, there we go, you see them. These are the three that are going to be used. And the sparkling citrus vinegar, it's almost been a month that we've not talked about it, so it had to come back, right? This has been used in multiple cocktails, in multiple recipes, with Chef Libri, with all the different chefs that we've been interacting with. This keeps popping up. It was with the trout that we did with Chef Rachel. I mean, this keeps popping up. So if you are hearing some of these recipes and thinking, wait a second, I didn't see those, go onto our YouTube, press subscribe, then you're going to get a heads up that we've got new stuff popping up on YouTube. But if you subscribe to our channel, you're going to see all of our recipes right there for you, all the videos for you. So I know, I'm stoked for him too. Someone was saying they're stoked for Chef Sebastian, and so am I. He is extremely talented. He's bringing all of this new knowledge to cooking. His stuff is gorgeous. So we are really just honored to have him next week. So grab your bundle, go online, or come visit us. We love visiting with you. So come visit us at either the downtown Paso store location or the tasting room in at the ranch. And we'd love to see you guys. And say, I'd like the bundle for the salmon, and we'll know exactly what you're talking about and get it all together for you. And remember, you buy this bundle and you can use it for the salmon, but also you can use it for the cocktails. You can hop back onto the recipes and see what else we've done with all of this magic. So there's a lot of other things that you can do. So yes, you can get the smaller bundle just to follow through with the recipe, but also if you get this bigger bundle, then you are covered for the salmon, but also covered for a lot of other stuff too. And you know you're gonna fall in love with it. If you've tasted in our tasting room, you have already fallen in love. I hope people are watching who I suggested watch that I've met through tasting at the tasting room. So that's all part of all the fun. So it was a pleasure to have you guys here with us today. Happy September 11th, shooting out just a lot of feels because the repercussions from the 11th still are felt today. So putting that out there. For all of our first responders that just can't catch a break around, especially in California right now, California, Oregon, the place is kind of ablaze right now. So putting it out there that we always have you in our hearts and in our minds and in our thoughts. So pleasure to have you guys. We'll see you this time next week, 2 o'clock Friday. It's a date. We'll talk to you later. Have a fantastic weekend. Bye, guys.